For 2 weeks, the eastern seaboard weather has been kind to local cray fisherman Chris Massey. He's been sitting vigil in Okehampton Bay in a passive, silent protest at the inevitable, an expansion of fish farms into the East Coast. In many respects, the notion of fish farms into the pristine coastline that overlooks 2 national parks has philosophically divided the twin hamlets of Orford and Triabunna. With the closure of the imposing woodchip mill, the industrial township of Triabunna saw a resurgence of hope for employment, and some jobs have been provided with the promise of more to come. Now, most Orford residents cherish the outlook and ambience of the popular holiday village and view the intrusion of fish farms as abhorrent.
On the environment, which is going to negate all that good work.
Do you think it'll destroy the fisheries in this region in the long term?
Oh yes, it'll certainly. Look at the Quarry Harbour and the Cascade Channel. It's obvious to anybody.
Thank you, Ron. Massey.
Announced on the news Thursday, just 2 days ago, and they were shutting it down.
Now 22-year-old son goes out snorkeling and comes home empty-handed. There's no flathead, there's no crayfish, and there's very few abalone. In a box that's...
Perhaps Ron's view had the decisive influence that saw his son Chris sitting vigil in Okehampton Bay. Activist groups Marine Protection Tasmania, and indeed Wreckfish Tasmania, staged a visit to support Chris Massey. But while small boats could get to Okehampton, overlanders did not have the same success. The uncharitable landowner had the last word on that. There we go. That's why there's nobody here. The man who owns the property supports the concept of fish farms in Okehampton Bay. So all those who came to protest have been turned away and gone somewhere else. Oh. Chris Massey's lone vigil came to an end on August 9, 2017. An event that will slot into Tasmania's poor history of turning a blind eye to a unique beauty for a handful of jobs. Such is the nature of the political beast. Yeah, well done, Chris. You're happy with the way it all went?
Oh, well, I'm pleased I did it. Yeah, I've really, met some nice people. I've got a lot of good support, and as I said, my intention was always just to go out there for just a peaceful protest, just to sort of try and demonstrate how beautiful the area was and bring awareness to it.
So you fished the area for quite a while?
Yeah, I don't fish that area. I'm not allowed to work in that area, but I fish out further wide from that area. That's where that area is mainly just recreational fishing area. There's a little bit of commercial fishing, but like I said, I just feel as a fisherman who relies on the ocean, I just need to voice my concerns of what I believe. And once again, I've said many times, I'm not against the salmon industry. I believe we need a healthy salmon industry, but I just think they might have to start just trying to get them out of the shallow bays. That's my main argument.
What about on land? Do you think they
on land would be perfect if they could do it. On land it would be really good. Even if they had a plan, like they're trying to double the industry in the next 10 or so years, if they're going to try and double it, putting all in inshore bays, well, there's going to be a lot of trouble. But if they could have a 10-year plan to even farm them in the bays, but then to move them off or offshore, that'd be, I would think, more acceptable.
Well, the industry might start listening to guys like you. So did it take you very long to make up your mind to do what you've just done?
Me and Tim we were speaking about it, and then I had a 2-week gap in between another job I've got. I also do a bit of work at Incat, taking the Sydney Harbour ferries to Sydney, and I've got to go back there tomorrow. So I had a 2-week gap in between my other life and a bit of fishing and that, and I thought, no, I'll go and do it. If I don't do it now, I'd never do it, and I reckon I'd regret it later in life.
So it wasn't such a long and lonely vigil?
I had lots of people come and visit, lots of runabouts, kayaks came out, walkers came out. I had people coming out for do little things on Facebook often. Richard Flanagan, Malcolm Ferguson, Paul Clayton, Paul Martin, and Tim was with me half the time. So no, it wasn't lonely at all. I had a few nights by myself, but no, it was very enjoyable. It was like a holiday. But, as I say, I would have loved Mark Ryan or someone just to come out, or one of the ministers, just to see how nice it is and just get my point of view across.
It's an interesting point. Were any of them invited?
Oh yeah, I invited them early on. I tried to, not personally, just through the media, but I would have liked some of them just to come out so they could see it through my eyes, what I'm saying.
But at the end of the day, a worthwhile vigil, and you're pleased you did it?
Yeah, as I said, later in life I'm glad I did it rather than just saying nothing.
And you do think you may have made a point?
Oh, I hope so, yeah, maybe.
All right, thanks very much, mate.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, give me the name of that boat again.
The name of the boat's the Matakara, a traditional crayfishing boat. It was built. Ray Kemp built the boat, and Des Wayman helped cut the keel out. He came out to support me too.
Fantastic. Thanks, mate.
Thank
Good on
you.
you. Bye. Mariah, there you are. On a clear day, you can see from National Park to National Park, Mariah National Park, all the way to Frasernae. Beautiful Frasernae coastline. As someone has suggested, why don't they put fish pens in Wineglass Bay? They wouldn't dare. Just around the corner from that lighthouse, where the first of the fish pens are going to be, in Okehampton Bay.